Hello you sexy little swines, I'm Josh from What Culture Gaming, and even though Resident Evil 2 has only been out for a few weeks, fans are already looking to what the future might hold for this franchise. It might seem a little early to start pondering, hypothesizing about Resident Evil 8, but if a recent leak is anything to go on, then the next game in the series might be coming sooner than we all think and taking shape at Capcom HQ, the real Raccoon City. By revisiting the past, Resi 2 has breathed new life into the franchise, shipping over 3 million copies in its first week and enjoying massively positive responses with critics and, most importantly, making zombies scary again. That said, Resident Evil 7 was also a return to the form for the series, but in a different way, as it was essentially a soft reboot of the whole thing. Dropping the cast and starting fresh with a new perspective, it was a shift perhaps even greater than the one between 3 and 4. It was the kind of break the franchise needed, but Resi 2 has proven that the core tenets of the best Resident Evil experiences, for instance, the third-person camera, the characters, and the lore, can all be kept intact while still delivering a modern, scary, emotionally driven horror experience. It's no doubt given Capcom a lot to chew on. Do they continue with the style of 7 or capitalize on the current love for the latest release? Well, according to a Twitter account called Evil VR, it's going to be a bit of both. Allegedly, they've revealed that the plot of the 8th game is going to be a direct continuation of 7, diving into the origins of bioweapon Evelyn and how she was created. Instead of a Texas Chainsaw Mansion, the setting will be an abandoned island that's home to a, you guessed it, secret laboratory. Sounds very Resident Evil, doesn't it? Perhaps more tantalizing is that some concepts from the unreleased Resident Evil 3.5 will also be borrowed for the new game. That's the Hookman build specifically, starring the titular monster who appeared in Hallucinations, more ghost-like and overtly supernatural than many of the other monsters in this series. Even better, the entire hallucination premise is apparently being brought over to the new title. It seems that players' perception of reality will be played around with, making them unsure about whether or not the horrific events they're seeing are actually real or not. One of the best parts of 7 was just how many different horror influences Capcom drew on to scare us silly. Rather than the regular biohazard eye monsters, like seriously, why are there so many of those in these games? There were more directly supernatural scares in the veins of something like PT. This hallucination element then should allow the devs to get a little bit more imaginative with their monsters and creatures. What's particularly interesting though is that according to these leaks, Resident Evil won't be completed until the remake of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis ships onto shelves. Over the past few days, there have been reports that Capcom were considering remaking that game as well, which, after the success of 2 and these rumors, seems like a sure bet. It probably won't take as long to developers to either, considering they already have so many of the assets built, but it still will probably mean that Resident Evil 8 is a ways off yet. Now, of course, take all of this with a pinch of salt, as I could start up a Twitter account right now and tweet that the next Resi will be a crossover with Kingdom Hearts or something. But Evil VR has leaked some valid facts before, including the release date of 2's one-shot demo. Either way, I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you want to see from Resident Evil 8? Do you want it to be first person, not third person, carry on the story from 7, or start completely from scratch? Either way, could you give us a like, share, subscribe, and head over to whatculture.com for more listen news like this every single day. Even if you don't though, I've been Josh, you've been watching What Culture, and I'll see you soon. Bye.